Happy Friday, everybody. It's Friday at 5, and we are live. Hey, and I hope you have your faith, because, girl, it's Friday, and I need some faith. Definitely need some faith. I had all my energy zapped out of my body today. And my name is Katie Lowe, and I want to welcome you to Rhythm Flow Radio live stream right here on Meta Facebook Live, YouTube, and Spreaker. And you know what happens Friday at 5? It's a conversation with Brother Raymond. But before I bring in Brother Raymond, I want to ask you to sow a seed. Sow a seed for humanity. You can sow that seed in two ways. You can sow that seed by making a donation to an organization called Brothers Standing Together. That's a 501c3 community service organization standing with returning citizens, incarcerated men, women, and children. They're returning back into society. Contact them at info at brothersstandingtogether.com. You can also sow a seed at Martha's Helping Hands. That's marthashelpinghands.org. But you can sow that seed at Turner's 412 at marthashelpinghands.org. Martha's Helping Hands is out here advocating for the homeless by any means necessary. So if you want to sow a seed, I've given you two ways to sow your seed. That's marthashelpinghands.org at Turner's 412 at marthashelpinghands.org, or you can sow that seed to my friends at Brothers Standing Together. And without further ado, I bring you Brother Raymond.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Raymond. I am your host. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have two special guests, Jasmine Smith and Miss Pikes. But before we do that, we always give reference to God and let us bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we come to you thanking you for allowing us to live to see another day in our right frame of mind. Lord, we ask that you continue to keep all hurt, harm, and danger away from us. We ask that you protect our children, protect our city, protect our elderly, protect our families, protect our communities. Lord, we ask all these things in your mighty precious Son, Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the opening introduction of the prayer. And also, happy birthday to anyone celebrating a birthday. And our condolences goes out to anyone who has lost a loved one, family, or friend. It's time for a conversation with Brother Raymond. And ladies and gentlemen, before I bring my guests on, I just want to say that our people are being persecuted unjustly. So what these guests I bring on is going to be the guests that I bring on is going to be mothers and wives of some brothers that was wrongfully convicted. And so without further ado, their community okay, let me introduce you before I introduce you. Jasmine Smith, CEO of MTBA Peace and Safe Haven, n.f.p activist, member of Chicago Alliance, one of the founders of Justice for Corrupt CPD Sergeant Brian P. Faber, 18 survivors, all wrongfully convicted, fighting and demanding for an open investigation with the special prosecutor for all their cases. For more information about that, I can be reached via cell 773-495-2993. And for upcoming court hearing dates and protest rallies, go to www.caarpr.org or www.mtbapeaceandsafehaven.com. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome Jasmine Smith. Bring Jasmine Smith on. How you doing, Jasmine?
Good afternoon, Mr. Brother Raymond. I'm doing well and I'm blessed.
Now, before we
It-
get into, I want to also talk to bring on Sushi Pikes. She's a civil rights activist, and her husband Keith Pikes has been incarcerated for 15 years for a crime he did not commit by the same crooked cop. So let's bring Sister Sushi Pikes as well. Can we bring Sushi Pikes on? Okay, okay, there they go, there they go. So, welcome, ladies, to a conversation with Brother Raymond.
Hello.
I am grateful and delighted for you guys to come on my show. As always, I've been doing activism since 2009. So, with that being said, Miss Jasmine, the floor is yours, and then we'll turn it over to Miss Pikes.
okay, well, everyone, again, my name is Jasmine Smith. I am the activist, the voice of 18 survivors that was wrongfully convicted by a corrupt sergeant, Chicago
Talk
police.
up, don't be scared. Talk up, don't be scared.
You guys can't hear me?
Just, I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
I'm like, y'all can't hear me? But yeah, so I've been an activist now for almost 2 months, if not 2 months. So things since I was passed the baton to get out here and make some noise and bring attention to this corrupt sergeant has been moving pretty fast.
Before we
Like,
get into that, let's go back to why you became a community activist.
well, I honestly, outside of my two loved ones, amongst a few other loved ones that's been incarcerated for a lot of years now, I just, as a young girl, I always wanted to make a difference. Make a difference in the world. I always was extra nosy in people business, taking up for people. And that gave me the drive of, like, it's seeing women going through things like battered relationships and stuff like that, and that's one of the main reasons why I started my nonprofit organization. Like, I just want to be able to help people, like people that's getting out of prison, women, men that needs a reset, a new beginning of life the right way, to I just want to help. That's it. I want to be
All
a
right, all
blessing to
right.
people.
But what I want
I
to, what I
want.
want to hear from you, you have two loved ones incarcerated, correct?
That is correct.
For something that they did not do.
That is correct.
Okay, can you expound on that? We need you to expound on that because we want to get to this crooked cop and we're going to dissect this guy in the next 50 or 45 minutes for whatever we got.
Well, my two loved ones are legally blood brothers. Rico Clark. His Rico Clark. His ID number is M10831. Then his brother Lester Owens, inmate number is M15274. Now, Rico has been gone now for 16 years. They put a murder on him, and Lester been gone for 12 years now, and he has two aggravated assaults with firearm. And this sergeant is a well known, you know he's known for his tactics of coercing witnesses and harassing people and beating them, and just doing whatever he could to get false statements up out of the witnesses. And he even got some of his survivors that's in there now to make false confessions of things that they didn't do because of his brutality, like him beating them and making them, just basically torturing them, having them sit in a prison, inside that room, the investigation room, for hours without things to eat, things, stuff to drink and all of that, and made them.
Now I was going to ask you, what district is he from?
So he's originally from out of district, I don't know that district, but off 111 police station. I'm not sure which district that
Let
is,
me look it up.
but that's where originally he is from. But since he's been, in the police, he's been a police officer since 1995. So since then, he was promoted in 1999 to be a detective. So he been bouncing around. So every time he get these wrongful convictions and these men locked up, they promoting them. So now he's been a sergeant for a while now, and he's been getting people, like putting in these wrongful convictions on people since like 1999. Since that started, he just been bouncing around from station to station to station, and now he's over the fugitive apprehension unit. So it's just a lot behind this man. A lot of people is not aware of what he's been doing because there's no organizations or love people. A lot of people, loved ones, has just, these men been lost in the system, and they family, I guess, you know I don't know, have people go on with their lives and forget that they got loved ones locked up. But now that we found out through one of the lawyers that it's not, since I found out that it's not just my two loved ones and there's 16 other ones, the best idea was for me to start a movement and try to get attention brought to this corrupt sergeant, since a lot of that is going on now. For the past couple of years, a lot of sergeants and corrupt detectives and stuff like that has been getting exposed, and
Right.
a lot of men has been able to, Kim Fox has been getting a lot of men, free due to them wrongful convictions and stuff. So we just trying to get in where we fit in. We adding him to the list of these corrupt cops.
Okay. Okay. All right. And so the reason why I'm asking you this is because one, we want to expose this officer who has uh, unjustly incarcerated our brothers, and our brothers, one been at 16, one been at 12. Okay. Now we're gonna bring in Miss Pikes. Miss Pikes, would you introduce yourself and tell us why you on this podcast?
Hi, my name is Miss Pikes. I'm the wife of Keith Pikes. My partner is Jasmine Smith. We are civil rights activists. I'm a part of her organization. I'm here because I want to support this movement to stop the oppression against our brothers, and their families, because, of course, when they are wrongfully convicted and incarcerated, we lose fathers, we lose brothers, we lose an important intricate as a part of our community with our black men as a whole.
Okay.
So I'm here to fight for men that have been wrongfully convicted for crimes that they did not commit. So uh, I guess it's about how long will we elect people and put people in office who will continuously allow the government to oppress us through the judicial system.
Okay. Well, I just looked it up and it said Brian P. Forberg needs to be investigated and incarcerated for police corruption.
Yes, that's
And
correct.
that's you, Miss Pikes, started this
Yes,
petition to Governor J.B. Pritzker and five others.
yes.
Okay. Brian Ford had wrongly convicted more than 19 innocent men by coercing and threatening and harassing of witnesses to obtain false statements, which led to wrongful conviction of these men. However, he remains as one of Chicago Police Department's top paid sergeants. I'm starting this petition to bring about an investigation
Mm-hmm.
of Brian P. Forberg for corruption. Our
Yes.
demand is to have these cases reopened immediately and to get these men released from prison upon pending investigations. We are just finding out new intel that Brian Forberg was married to a state's attorney, Christian Ann Olson, in Cook County, Illinois. There's clearly a conflict of interest. Why hasn't this been an open investigation? All these cases are tied to him and the state's attorney office. Our men has been in jail for 10 years plus for crimes they did not commit. Sign the petition. I'm signing the petition right now. So
Well,
could you
thank you.
elaborate on that? Because I want the
Yes.
viewers to understand the severity of what's really going on with this, because not only is you fighting for this, you guys have
Mm-hmm.
loved ones behind bars that is innocent, and you're trying to get the cases open so that we can all understand and find, and we all can understand, and then we can prove their innocence. So that's why I need you guys to go into. This is what I want you to do. This is why I want you on the show. Hold
Mhm.
nothing back. Let it all loose, because this is, we have a lot of viewers, and we have a lot of different stations that it goes to. So, and I want you to let the people know why it's so important to get involved. Because I tell this all the time. I kid you not. I tell people, I say, your families that's incarcerated, you need to get involved. You need to stay in contact with them, because you never know what's going on. Okay, so in the black and brown community, we already know half our men is being coerced into wrongfully being convicted. Has been in state deal since 1989.
Mhm.
Been going on. So it's been going on a long time. But we know a lot of crooked cops that's been doing it, and they just overturned like 19 cases of Sergeant Watts, I believe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He a
Yep.
crooked cop too. So this is now it's being exposed, and it's being brought to the light. And what we're here to do is help you guys bring it even further to the light. So if anything that you can do for BST Brothers Stand Together, a conversation with Brother Raymond, y'all let me know, and I will do that. But I want to elaborate that. So you're telling me you haven't seen well, you see your husband, but your husband hasn't been home in 15 years.
He hasn't been home in 15 years.
You have children.
No, we don't have children
Y'all don't
together.
have children. Okay.
No.
So his mom ain't seen him. His family ain't
His
seen him.
his mama ain't seen him. His family haven't seen him. He was moved from Menard because he caught a severe infection from Menard. They had to cut him from his shoulder down to the middle of his chest.
Whoa.
So they moved him from Menard. They put him in Centralia. Um,
Ooh, chlamydia. Ugh.
he he was wrongfully convicted by this officer, who also was married to a state's attorney. Um,
So we got to get to that too. The
mhm.
state's attorney.
I'm sorry to cut y'all off. I have a list of things that we are able to put out there from the lawyer,
Okay, we'll get
from
to
one
that
of
in
the
1 minute.
guys.
Give me that 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Now, go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Pipes.
Where was I at? I lost my track.
You was
um,
about to bring up him being married. You was saying he was married to the state's attorney, and then
Oh
Brother
yeah, yeah,
Raymond
yeah,
said
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
get back to that.
Yeah, we got to bring
okay.
awareness to that. Definitely.
Okay. So, did you want me to speak on that, Brother Raymond? Because I lost.
Yes, I
Okay.
definitely want you to speak on that, because we want to show them how, like you said, that is a conflict of interest. Because he's a crooked, dirty, you know what cop, and he has a state's attorney wife in there. So now we can't say, because we don't know, but in the excuse me, the way it is set up, he lock him up, she
She
put him
give him
away.
the cases. Yep. She give him his
You see what I'm
cases.
saying? So while we can't thoroughly prove that, we the
Mhm.
assumption of this is that this is what's going on, and so we want to make sure that Miss Fox is being well aware of this as well, and we will bring it to her attention, because I have and I will bring that to her attention and let her know.
Well, Kim Fox is aware because she actually signed a public legal affidavit clearly addressing the conflict of interest with Brian P. Forberg in the state's attorney's office, only to later on recant her
She
motion.
did recant.
She
Recant her
withdrew.
motion. She she
Wow.
withdrew her motion, standing down. And I believe that's all political because of her peers, in elections and things of that nature. But when you are put into office by the people in the city to represent, to handle situations as such as this one with a corrupt officer and corruption in the city as a whole, you are held responsible to us because we pay our taxes to keep you paid and keep you in office. So when you recant
She must have got a call.
You make yourself look like a liar to
Uh-huh.
the people of Chicago and a liar also to the people that you work with. So my thing is right and right is wrong is wrong. Stand
Right.
up for right. Stand up for right, you know. And she failed us in that aspect when she withdrew that motion,
Okay, so
acknowledging that
we
it
gotta
was
revisit that. We gotta get that back up and going as well, which we will do. Now, Miss Jasmine,
Yes.
what are the do's and don'ts that you have on this paper?
So basically, the lawyer just sent me, a breakdown, like telling about him, and then she breaks down his misconduct history, like points, facts that you can Google and find out like as well about him.
no, keep it like
But
this.
I could start with the beginning. Like the first one is just basically like him being a police officer since 1995, promoted to detective around the fall of 1999. Worked most often with John Foster. This is his partners. His partners' name were John Foster and Kevin Eberly. Last known area of assignment was with the Fugitive Apprehensive Unit of CPD.
Mm-hmm.
With overtime, he makes about 180K annually. He was
John,
sued.
hold on, 1 minute. John Foster and who? His other partner?
Kevin Eberly.
Could you spell that the last name for Kevin?
B as in boy, Eberle.
Okay, go ahead.
And with overtime, he makes about 180K annually. Uh,
180,000.
Mm-hmm.
180,000 annually. He was sued in Maurice Patterson versus City of Chicago for a wrongful conviction that resulted in a 3.4 million settlement.
Who?
3.4 million
3.4
settlement.
million.
Wow.
You
He
can
has
Google
So,
that.
38
It's so pull
so
up.
complaints.
that no. So that's some admittance that he,
He is
you
a
know, he
corrupt cop.
corrupt. So that okay. That's good. That's good. Let's go. Let's go. Carry on.
Was, as we said a few times already, married to a Cook County state's attorney. His misconduct history in 1999 alone, Brian Forberg had complaint filed against him on February 3rd, February 10th, February 16th, March 7th, May 5th, June 11th, July 10th, July 19th, and November 23rd that we know of.
He
October
has
slash
38
November,
complaints.
yeah, October slash November 2001 had a complaint filed against him with the Office of Professional Standards that alleged he was harassing a woman because her estranged husband was a witness to a. Oh Lord, hold on, guys.
I signed the petition. Go ahead. Carry on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, her estranged husband was a witness to to a murder. Forberg allegedly illegally entered and searched her house before taking the complaint's minor children without her permission for periods of a time before returning them home.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
these are tactics that he used to force these
Scare
people
So
to,
people.
to
right.
lie.
So he
So
should have been off the force. In other
yeah,
words,
yeah,
and,
especially when he cost the city 3.4 million.
exactly. And so we need to reinvestigate this and reiterate to Superintendent Brown that we
Mm-hmm.
have this crook, and we need him to be. We need his resignation immediately,
Immediately.
and
And
Yeah,
they're just,
we want these. We want our brothers and sisters set free for this
mm-hmm.
wrongfully convictions that he did, because it's clearly that there's something wrong with this guy,
yeah,
because
and,
not
and
only does he have 18 already incarcerated, but this is a pattern that happened before the 18. So are you telling me that the city of
mm-hmm.
Chicago and the superintendent and the mayor and the state's attorney Kim Fox, you guys are going to
Mm-hmm.
continue to allow this
Yep.
man to continue to disrupt and hurt families, and then you expect for
Exactly.
us to vote for y'all? How?
Exactly.
I can't see it.
And And that was one of the things that happened with my husband. They didn't have a confession out of him. They didn't have any evidence. He wasn't even at the location where the crime occurred. You know, they pulled someone out of their bed, took them to an abandoned building, threatened them, coerced them, harassed them, and because the gentleman, the witness, wouldn't give them what they wanted, they locked him up in jail for a year. And then when it was time for my husband's court date, they pulled him on the stand, told him, "Hey, you need to testify." You know, and he was telling them, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have no inclination as to what is going on." But when he told me his story, how they pulled him off his porch and he didn't want to go nowhere with them without a lawyer, and they kept locking him up, harassing him, coming through his
Yeah.
neighborhoods, kicking in his
Mhm.
doors, and things of that nature. These
So
are
that's
the
racial
tactics that they,
profiling and all that. So
all of that.
it's just it's sad that and in this day and age we still going through this, but and not only that, you know, these people are, you know, they shouldn't be they swore to serve and protect. They should be stripped of their badge. And
Yes.
quite frankly, this is my opinion. For all the 18 or 20 or how many he wrongfully convicted, they should all
Mm-hmm.
be able to divvy up his pension.
Yep.
So he shouldn't receive a pension. That pension should go to the wrongly incarcerated victims and their families for all this time that he has caused them, the hurt, the pain, and the suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And see, this is where we have to get in it, and we have to continue to stay diligent. Now, I understand you guys you're fresh, you got a lot of ideas, and you're on the run. I told Sister Jasmine I want her to pace herself, and I'll tell you the same thing, Ms. Pikes. This is not a race. This is a
Mm-hmm.
marathon. So this goes on for
Mm-hmm.
years. I've been doing this since 2009 when I first came home, and I'm still
Mm-hmm.
doing it. And I've seen the heartaches and the pains and the families, and I still have brothers call this phone and
Mm-hmm.
from the prison. You know, my cousin been gone 18. I have another young man been gone 20, and another young man been gone 20, and another young man been gone
Mm-hmm.
17. So I understand that. So what I'm saying this to say, we have to get more families involved and
Mm-hmm.
show the similarities of these crooked cops and get them
Mm-hmm.
taking off the force. And we're also going to advocate for their pensions to be
To be
divvied up
paid.
between the families of the wrongfully incarcerated, because that's what should happen. Just like with the Justice, the Van Dyke, all of that, they
Mm-hmm.
should never have a pension. Once you pull the firearm, you shoot one of the
Yep.
victims, that pension should go to
Mm-hmm.
that family. And so we want to also re-illustrate that even though they're not killed, they have lost 15 and 16 and 12 years of
Mm-hmm.
their life
Yep.
because of this
Mm-hmm.
crooked officer, you know. And so it also comes back to um, there's no communication lines is broke because we can't trust them, you know. And so we can't trust them, so we can't work with them, you know. And that's
Mm-hmm.
sad because
And mm-hmm.
unfortunately there are some bad officers, but they're not all bad. But for the
Exactly.
ones who are bad, it hinders the
The trust in the
relationship
community.
with the community in order
Mm-hmm.
to first weed out the bad guys for real and to help keep our men and women safe and our children safe, because that's a priority as well. But we can't even get to that because we're still dealing through so much corruption in the city of Chicago that every time we one case is solved, here go 5 or 6 more. Every time that gets
Mm-hmm.
called, go 5 and 7, 8, 9 more cases is coming out, and more of this wrongfully convicted and wrongfully incarcerated. And so
Mm-hmm.
we're asking the Department of Justice to step up. We're asking for so many different people on so many different levels to get let's rid ourselves of these people because it's in
Mm-hmm.
black and white. It's not like we're not making accusations. It's in black and white. You done lost
Mm-hmm.
3.4 million for one case. So that means that's a pattern. That is a behavior, and we have to let them know that we have identified this behavior pattern with this officer, and we have 18 witnesses that can testify that he has corroborated their stories and has them wrongfully incarcerated for over numerous of years. So that's another step that we can go as well. So all the people that we have, all the people that's on his caseload, we want to get in contact with them as well.
And we can also try to get a law passed that once an officer perjures himself on the stand, he should not be allowed to um essentially testify in any more cases because he's deemed incredible. He's
Okay,
not a
then.
credible person.
Exactly.
So why would I allow you to testify in a new case against someone else if you've already being found as a corrupt cop, you know, and that's the thing with that. Stop moving them to different departments. You
Right.
know, make
Right.
these sanctions heavier when they are found in a complaint of corruption. Make these sanctions heavier. Stop letting them
Now we
serve
fire
years.
them, get them out of there.
Yes,
Period.
yeah.
Point blank
Stop
to the
letting them
period.
serve years on the force to do the same thing over and over again for it to get swept under the rug or for them to get demoted and put on desk duty or sent to another department and be in charge of something else. No. Give someone else a chance that wants to do right by the community, that wants to honor their badge and serve and protect. You know, stop allowing them to have these same chances over and over again until
Yes.
they get all the bad apples out, until they weed all these bad seeds out. Corruption will continue in the department.
The
And so
bad apple start from the begin. The bad apple start from the top. Like you
Yep.
yeah,
said in the beginning, this is a political thing. The justice system wasn't made for us. The justice
Nope.
system is still a slavery system. They know what's
Yes,
exactly.
it
going
is.
on. They know that the
Modern day
reason why that
oppression.
man is still on the force is because they need him to keep doing his corruption because that's how they get paid.
That's how they
That's
That's a
how
get
they keep
paid.
business.
these jails open,
It is a business. It is a
keeping
business.
them full.
And I'm with you guys on all that. And so that's why we have to bring more awareness to this so that we can get to the bottom of it. We can reduce it because we're not going to get rid of it. Let me make that clear.
Mm-hmm.
But we can reduce it by getting a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these officers fired off of,
Mm-hmm.
off the beat. So we can work on that diligently. But unfortunately, Black death is a hustle. Black incarceration is a hustle.
So,
So
and even our babies.
but this is what I'm
Let's
saying.
be
That's
honest.
the path line that they make it. Path line from school to prison pipeline. That's why
To
that was invented.
DCFS. Even
And that's why all
DCFS
of
is a
us is
modern
locked
day
up now.
slavery.
All the men and the women they reverse the roles. If anybody been paying attention, they reverse the roles. They put the woman in a point of authority so
Mm-hmm.
that the man can
Hello.
feel less than. And then if she not if she don't have her mind together, then she will take on that role and diminish the role of the man, which it can't be diminished, and you can't replace a man. You can only
You
be a
cannot.
woman, but in this society is teaching them that you don't need a man for nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the role, and that's the role they've been taking on. And that's why you hear a lot of women say that. But with that, you are destroying families
Yes.
and lives, and children are confused and they going doing
Of
all
gender
kinds of stuff
roles.
out there, and
Yes.
that's why
Mm-hmm.
it's so messed up right now. And so I just wanted to re-illustrate that because you sisters, I want you to understand that you are dominant and you have a role to play. Play your role. Never diminish the man's role or put the man down because we already
Mm-hmm.
going through enough just because the color of our skin. And
Yes.
then we're racially profiled. We can't get jobs because of the wreckage of our past, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like we're not out there trying. I just want to put that out there. But at the same time, I want them to also understand that you're not a baby. You're a grown man. So no sitting on the couch playing the video games all day, smoking weed, and all that on the social media. No, we need you to find a job and not only find the job, obtain the job so that
Mm-hmm.
you can help your children because your children
Mm-hmm.
are at stake, not us. They done look
Mm-hmm.
past us already. They working on our children. If
Yes.
you can see that, they working on our children diligently. They gave our children rights over their parents. We ain't never heard of that. They can divorce your parent. The teacher
Mm-mm.
can't correct the child at school. So here it is. Our children running wild because they don't know what to do, and the government know they don't know what to do. They gonna burn and crash. And then
And
after they burn
when
and crash, they want
mm-hmm.
to incarcerate them or kill them.
And then when they separate our men from the homes that institutionalizing them, this is a system built to conquer and divide the families, specifically minority and black families. Once
Yeah,
they take the man out the house, there is no leadership. So guess what? Now your son looking from love for the streets. Your daughter looking from love for the streets in all the wrong places. And now we have teenage pregnancies, and we have black on black crime, and we have gentlemen joining gangs because they don't have that love of their father and both parents in the household. And they're using these institutions and a political oppression and a judicial oppression to do what they've been accomplishing for years, which is to keep us divided, keep us killing each other, keeping our children fatherless, and letting the mother have to assume the role of what is the man's role,
exactly.
which is to be the head.
And that's the whole thing we have to always remember. And I dialogue with people all the time about this. And I just tell them, as dominant and fierce as a sister is, I love my sisters, but you can't raise a young man. You just can't raise
We
him.
cannot.
So and no, you even though you might be the breadwinner, that's still your king.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're my queen, then I expect for you to call me the king, no matter
Yep.
what the situation is. And we have to stick together at all costs in the face of that. Because if we don't do that, then that's where Ms. Pikes was talking about the divide and conquer. So they can come in and say, you don't need him. You can get rid of him. You can find you
Yeah.
somebody else. So you don't need nobody. You can find you another woman. And that's where all that stuff come in at. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
we have to be mindful of the tactics and the tricks that these people would do because we watched it all our lives, from
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther Party all the way to Dr. King, Malcolm X, Medgar
Mm-hmm.
Evers, Huey Newton. So we know that these people are corrupt. Now, what we need to do is continue to expose them for who they are
Mm-hmm.
and call them out by name. So therefore, it's not a secret. It's out there in society,
Mm-hmm.
all on our social pages. We should have uh not that petition, eight, nine other petitions all over, wherever it needs to be, circulating. Fire
Mm-hmm.
Brian Forberg. Conflict of
Mm-hmm.
interest between CPD officer and state's attorney assistant. Bring awareness to this out there. So now we because we the people, we have the
Mm-hmm. We the voices.
we have to
Yeah.
use it strategically so that we can be heard and
And,
that
and it and it ain't no telling how
justice
much,
can be done.
and it ain't no telling how much his wife
Mm-hmm.
done helped him with or pushed things through that shouldn't have been pushed through because ain't nobody paid attention to what they got going on,
And
and it's
let me
crazy
just say this
because
too.
she would
Eh,
never be able to pay the price for it because she just passed away, Brother Raymond.
who
She's
did?
not even alive no more.
The wife?
Yeah,
Yep.
the
She
wife
died from
passed away
cancer.
2 months
Oh,
ago.
wow. I'm sorry to hear that, but and to her defense, we want to say we don't even know if she had anything to do with it. It's just the
Mm-hmm.
fact that, like she said, Miss Pike said, that's just a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Because that goes hand in hand. Okay, baby, I'm gonna lock him up. You put him away, and then
Mm-hmm.
we gonna get
They
cut.
pillow
We don't
talking
know
every
what's saying.
night.
What we saying is some kickback or something going on because that's how they was filling up the jails and the institutions,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
people was being paid a hefty ransom in order to have that. And these private held institutions, so yeah, we have to expose that. But though we even though we rest in peace, to the state's assistant state's attorney. But we also have to continue to stay on top of this guy and his friends as well, you know, because they say
Yeah,
pressure
because
busts
his
right.
partners
So
played a big role in these wrongful convictions as well. They
huh?
And I
Say that
believe
again.
one
the
is on
partners
death
that he
duty,
had.
ain't it?
Right. So this is what I'm saying. So we need to expose all of them, not just him. Put them all out there. You know, that's their birds of a feather flock together. That's what they said. So if they flocking together, we're gonna put them all out there. So we want to sign a petition against John Foster and Kevin
Ever.
Ebro,
Kevin Eberly,
Eberly,
John Foster.
and John
And,
Foster. We want them. We want protesters and for that too. We want them out of there as well. You know, so we have to keep. We got to keep the ball rolling. We got to keep our foot on their neck. We got to let them know that we
Hmm.
ain't going nowhere. We're gonna get some resolution for this, whether it be here, whether it be on TV. You know, all that. So that's what we're doing. And then we also have I'm gonna invite you guys back because we have Mothers Against Mass Incarceration, and we want to do a panel, discussion about this because we definitely know that it is a greatly injustice and that our young men and children are greatly suffering because of the loss of the male figure in the household. And then now they're telling you you can't have him on the lease, so he can't be there, and then he's not
Okay.
working or whatever's going on with him to the point to where his role has diminished. But this
yep,
is how
Society just beating them down.
they
Hmm.
created it to do this. So it's up to the black queen to uplift him. So if
Yep.
you is making big figures, okay,
We both on, baby. We
help your
both
partner
on.
because he might be good at a trade. All he need to get is certified in the trade. And once he's certified
Hmm.
in the trade, now he can do like a lot of CDL drives. There's a lot of CDL drivers coming up. A lot of people are taking on the entrepreneurship role because they have skills. And we just saying we need our sisters to understand that as
Uplift.
well. Hello, Rep Collins. How you doing? Now I'm on the show live now. I'm talking to activist Jasmine Smith and Miss Pikes right now. They talking about the corrupt officer. What
Brian
is
P. Forberg,
Brian Forberg and John Foster and Kevin Eberly.
evil.
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm sending you for the. It was for the show today, but you have to go and look at it. You can look at it later. You can always tune in on YouTube, and yeah, we can do that. And then we're looking forward for the our state rep to come on here and shed some light on some of this stuff because we know you're doing excellent work and we really, really appreciate you very much. Go ahead. Yeah, every Friday at 5 o'clock. Hmm. Yeah, and I want to bring you aware and have these sisters. They're gonna send you their information and you can hear their stories and things of that nature. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'll send you the link for this show and I'll send you their names as well. All right, thank you. See, just like that. See, so we have people that's actually concerned about this, but we have to do our due diligence as well. Okay, so I appreciate you guys. I mean, it's a
Yeah, we appreciate you
and
and your platform.
before we go, let me give a shout out to Transforming Reentry Services Men and Women in Prison Ministries. They are hiring for community outreach specialists. And the qualifications is basic computer skills, ability to work effectively in collaboration, strong writing and verbal communication skills, experience in working in culinary diverse community settings, ability to work some evenings and weekends. So if you know anybody that's in this field that's want to do community outreach, you can call. Let me get the number. You can reach out to TRS. You can send an email to russell.jackson@transformingreentry.org. Excuse me. And you can go on my page and I'll post it again. So anybody that's interested in that job, y'all need to go. These good people. I've been working with them for the last since I've been home. Put it like that. So with that being said, we have work to do.
Yeah.
I will challenge you, all my viewers, to get involved. And
I
the
would like
reason
to
I
put a
tell you guys
website
to
out
get
there.
involved because so many of you call my phone telling me about a loved one that's been wrongfully incarcerated or wrongfully convicted or harmed in some shape, form, or fashion. And I'm study telling you, I need you to get involved. So one hand washes the other, and both hands washes the face. So we need you guys to get involved and get in tune to the movement because it is real. And while it may not have happened to your family, that is just a yet. So we asking you guys to get involved. Sign a petition. Where can they find a petition in this Pipes?
They can find the petition on change.org. We also have the petitions posted on our Twitter pages at Free Rico. Go ahead, partner. What?
They said free less free Rico is the Twitter. You got
Yeah.
Instagram at underscore sergeant underscore bar Brian Forberg underscore and Facebook at Justice Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I need you guys to put that on my page so that
Yeah,
the
I
followers
can.
and viewers can copy it and they can go to it and they can support that because we definitely need to support that.
Then
But
there's another website if they want more information on far as like what's going on with the cases and stuff. They can go to stopforbird.com.
okay,
Stopforbird.com. Forbird is spelled FORBERG.com.
yes.
And I do want to like just say something as well,
Go ahead.
as to what you spoke about, Fonz. You get a lot of calls, Brother Raymond. I promise you, I have, like I said, we have 18 survivors, and all 18 of these survivors have loved ones or some type of someone that knows about what's going on. And you get a lot of our people call and complain about what's going on, but don't really want to get out here and stand up on this front line to make a change.
Exactly. I feel you. I've been, like I said, I've been doing it since '09,
Yeah,
and it's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking.
I tell my partner, I just told my partner, I'm not reaching out to another survivor
Nope.
loved one for nothing.
Because the
This
movement has
movement
to go
is going to
on.
go on regardless because it seems like no one wants to support their loved ones. It take outsiders.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a stranger that's gonna push this fight and bring notice to your loved one and get them free. And y'all sat back and didn't do nothing but complain.
Right. Yep.
Exactly. And so that's part. See, they're part of the problem. See, you're part of the solution or you're part of the problem, and they're part of the problem
Mm-hmm.
because they're not
And
getting
they
involved.
and they knowing they loved ones, Brother Raymond. All of these cases that I have, there's no physical evidence, no DNA.
Nothing.
All cases, all of these men are locked up due
And,
to
and,
coerced witnesses.
and for the record, we just want to get that as well. We're going to get all that, ladies and gentlemen, and we can show you their names so that you guys can get a more vivid picture of what's going on. This is real. Did
Mm-hmm.
you hear that, sister? She said no physical evidence, no DNA, no nothing, but yet they sitting in prison rotten for something that they did not do.
And not
We
even
got
that,
to
some
get
of them
involved.
wasn't even at the place where these crimes occurred.
It's
That
made
them
up, it's
different.
coerced. So this
Yeah.
is a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is why I do this show. I don't do this show for me. I do this for the people. Now he's two powerful sisters who took on the challenge to step up and be accountable and responsible for helping their loved ones come home. And they reached out to other families and to no avail, but they're still pushing on. So we're going to ask you, the viewers, can you guys help them as they push forward to help their loved ones come home? Because this is what it's all about. We're helping each other. That's why my company was formed, Brothers Standing Together. I stand with my brothers and my sisters and our children. We stand there in the gaps. That's why I have people call my phone from the penitentiary. Yes, I speak about this. Yes, I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm waiting now to get cleared to speak in the Department of the IDOC as well as Department of Corrections in Texas as well. So I'm doing my part. I've been in front of the Quan McDonald, the Mike Browns, the Tamir Rice, the Eric Gardners, the Ronnie Mann is in the Darius Pinex, and I'm so fed up with all of this, and but I'm saying it's still not enough of us involved who actually cares about our loved ones. But we want to see justice, but it takes work to see justice. Justice don't come and knock at your door. Justice don't come in an email. Justice don't come in a phone call. Justice come when you start to fight, and you have to stand up and let your people know that you care enough about them to fight. These two young ladies, you just heard what they said. She's been an activist 2 months. She's been an activist how long?
2 months. We started
2
at the
months.
same time.
So they got involved. Now, for all of us seasoned activists who've been doing this for years, we applaud them and their efforts because they, one, got involved. Two, they care about a movement. They care about the people enough to get involved. And three, they have loved ones that's incarcerated. So they're
We
not just
raising
sitting there
sons.
or just doing it to be doing it. They're doing this is a real serious cause, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to get involved. Please get involved. I beg of you, because if you don't, then guess what? We'll be doing these same type of segments for your children and your grandchildren.
Say
So
that.
if we want to stop that, we have to stop
Now,
this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say that again. If we want to stop that, we have to stop this.
You got a lot of good men that is incarcerated. A lot of men that can make changes out here.
The
And
greatest people in the
and
world.
a lot of
I've
fools
been
walking these
incarcerated, so
streets.
I know it's some great minds back there behind those walls. Great inventions, all of this.
lawyers.
So what I'm saying is,
Yep.
if we look, one thing I would never let anybody do to me, I would not let the wreckage of my past reflect on my future, nor will I allow you to do it. So if you want to go back there to the old Raymond, you can go on and wallow all back there all you want to. But
Preach.
I'm up here with it.
Say that,
And
brother.
not
Yep.
only that, I put in my work.
Yep.
So, in the words
Say
of my
that.
mentor, Benny Lee, when do my wrongs end and my rights begin?
Come
Yes.
on. Say
So we
that.
have to
Amen. Say
understand
that.
this. This is not a joke. This is very, very
Serious.
serious. We have Brother Mark Clement. He got all the wrongfully convicted. That's another brother I got to put y'all in tune to because he's helping overturn some cases as well. So, and he came home on fire as well. So this is what we're talking about. We need all of our people to come together. Just like you come together at them parties, just like you come together on social media to talk crap, come together
hmm
for this
All the foolishness. Do something
because we need
positive.
this. That's her husband been gone 15 years. Her loved one's been gone 15 years. Come on, y'all. That's too
Didn't
long for
have an
anybody to be
opportunity to
gone,
raise his
especially for
daughter.
something they didn't do. Now, we're not saying that everybody, no, we're not saying everybody's perfect and everybody's innocent. Hear us out. We're saying in this particular instance, these men have
Our
not
enemies.
committed the crimes that they were faced with,
hmm
and they've
And
been
that's what
charged with.
I have to
And
fight with
we're going to
people.
fight to help overturn their
These convictions.
convictions through God's grace and His mercy. But we need you and you and you to come in and get involved. And it's no more better way we can say this.
Yeah.
These young ladies out there. Now the lady, that's being the head. See, I can understand. I can take that role of them being the head. They're taking the lead
Oh, thank you.
because her husband
Your friend
is
he
incarcerated.
come
So
in
she
here
said,
earlier.
"No, I got to bring some light to this." her in-law, her family's incarcerated. She said, "No, I got to bring some light to this. No, I'm not going to sit around." Now that's what we mean by taking control and
Mm-hmm.
stepping up to the plate. So we don't want you to get that confused. They're actually
Mm-hmm.
doing advocacy work in order to free her husband and her loved ones and everybody else. See,
baby, so they can be the kings. Cause
they
baby,
didn't just say, listen what they said. They said 18. They didn't say one. They didn't say two. They said 18. See, they could have said, she could say, well, I'm just here for my two loved ones. She could say, I'm just here for my husband. No, they're here for all of them.
18.
18 of them. So I
yep.
commend these sisters and I applaud their efforts. And I will assist them in any way, fashion I can. But us three is not enough. We
And
need
even
more.
and even though we taking the leadership now, I must tell you, off of these cameras, we still have to be submissive to our husbands.
Oh,
We
no
still
question.
have to
No
listen.
question.
We still have to let them take leadership. We still move when they say move. We still do what we still are being submissive wives off this camera. And
And
it's a
and
lot of heartache, pain, crying nights, us doing
yes.
mentally and emotionally doing the
Whew.
time with our men, as well as being mothers and taking on everyday life and
There you go.
continuing this fight for these 18 men. Also, I want you to note that since I've been an activist for 2 months, my passion was the medical field, but now I have realized my true calling. So now I'm going to get my law degree and I'm going to pursue being pro bono and fighting for civil rights for the people.
Come on, partner.
And you know something, but it goes hand in hand, sister. So the medical field wasn't wrong because a lot of this is for mental health. Even with the police department, even with the politicians, they also suffer from mental health issues, as we can clearly see that. Because
Hmm.
anytime you can go out there and destroy somebody's life just to
18
get a
lives,
promotion,
one
something is
person,
wrong with you up here.
one
So we,
person, and
we
go to
want to
bed and
bring that
sleep.
awareness too. And so we want to make sure that is out there as well. So not only is she's going to be an attorney, she's going to be a mental health attorney. So she's going to help us
Mhm.
with our thinking process as well as standing up for our human and civil rights. So
Yes.
that's a beautiful thing. I thank you, Miss Pikes. I really do. I appreciate you guys so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this Jasmine sister here. She's something else. She just everywhere. We gonna
You
sit
know
up
something?
and
Because I'm
down.
getting prepared. Listen, y'all have to forgive me. I told y'all, God has really showed, I know not only my partner, but me as well, that this is what we supposed to be doing at this point in time in our
Hmm.
lives.
Amen.
Because within 2 months, 2 months, so many doors, so many
Have opened.
opportunities has opened for us in regards of helping with this movement. We had no knowledge of what we was doing.
Hmm.
All we knew was we was coming in to put that spotlight on that damn corrupt sergeant. That was
Yep.
the main goal.
And,
And
I love it.
everything else that started, like, I have to get up early in the morning. We've been asked, but my partner can't make it to be a part of the Bud Billiken parade. I've
Okay.
never been a part of the Bud Billiken parade, but we have a float out there with the Illinois Prison Project, amongst other organizations of freedom rights and injustice
hmm
system that we're going to do this year. So
hmm
I got that going on. Then I got a conference at 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow as well.
All right. Well, like I say, I really appreciate you guys. Scott, we got a minute. So where can they find you guys for those who want to help? Where can they find you, Miss Pikes?
They could find me on Instagram at Bossy Virgo or through Sergeant Brian P. Forberg, our other Instagram, at Free Reels Rico, the Twitter page. I'm also on Twitter at Free Keith Pikes. We have the change.org petition. We have a Facebook page called Justice Peace. So we have a lot of social media outlets and things of that nature. So yeah,
And Miss Jasmine, where can they find you at?
I can be reached 773. Call my phone. Seven
yeah,
seven three 495 2993. My other
yeah,
number 773-727-5228. You can
yeah,
call me, you can text me. My
yeah.
email is
312.
jasmine_smith89 at yahoo.com.
Oh yeah, let me put my phone number in there. 312.
Anything in regards of finding out about the movement, finding out about the nonprofit organization.
Mhm.
To get this, I'm trying to get these halfway houses up and running out here on the south side of Chicago to help these men and these women that's coming home the right way. So
Okay.
again, we gotta
What's your number?
go
What's your number, Miss Pikes?
page. We gotta
My phone number
we
is
have
312 498 3857, and they can reach me at email ladypikes the number one at icloud.com.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I love you. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. You have been tuned into a conversation, with Brother Raymond. I want to welcome our guests again, Miss Jasmine Smith and Miss Pikes,
Thank
Miss
you for
Susie
having
Pikes,
us.
for all their hard work and dedication. I ask that you guys get involved, get in tune, and also to push for your loved ones, because we all got
Yes,
somebody that's incarcerated
that's
behind
true.
those walls. It may not be for what their loved ones is, but it is, and it also have to understand that it is a system designed to keep us incarcerated, divided, and conquered. With that being
Hmm.
said, Katie Lowe, thank you. Oh,
thank you.
shout out to
Freedom Mall.
Martha's Helping Hands. Shout out to Brothers Stand Together for the sponsorship and continuous love and support. Shout out to Rhythm Flow Radio, Katie Lowe, for also, these are my main three sponsors, and they help keep this show afloat. So we ask that y'all also sow a seed to them as well. So don't, I'm not worried about you. I'm just telling you, keep the people hands soothed that keeps the
Hmm.
show going, because without them, without Martha's Helping Hands, without Brothers Stand Together, and without Rhythm Flow Radio, it will not continue to go. Hey, Charlotte. So I ask that you guys follow them, and I ask you, sisters, put that stuff on my Facebook page. Katie Lowe can
Hmm.
have it, and we can send it out so that way more people can sign the petitions and all that good old stuff, and we can put some pressure on them, because we got to get rid of them corrupt, dirty cops, and we want to bring y'all loved ones home, and we want to let you know from the heart that we fight the fight with you.
Thank
We
you
don't
so
always
much.
be with you.
Thank
We
you.
fight the fight with you, and in some cases for you. So with that being said, Kato, could you please take us home?
All right, everybody, remember it's Friday, the weekend. Hey, you know what time it is. Go out there, be safe, be careful. You got to make it to Monday. This is Rhythm Flow Radio live stream right here on Meta, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Spreaker. This has been another conversation with Brother Raymond. Ladies, I ask you to share your information in the comment section so everybody can see it. We will see you back here next Friday. And until then, be safe. And
All
thank you,
right.
Martha's Helping Hands and Brothers Standing Together. I want to tell you, Rhythm Flow Radio got mad love for you. Good night, everybody.
We love you
Good
back.
night.
God
Bye bye.
bless tonight. Thank
All
y'all.
right. Love you